Hello and good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Harriet Dodea, and you're starting a new segment called Coffee with Jesus. So you're basically going to be doing just that, having coffee or tea or a smoothie or a lemon and ginger or water, whatever your drink of choice is, and then you're going to read some part of scripture. So today's episode, we're going to do Psalms 24 verse 1. I've been reading this psalm for like a few days now, and it just keeps coming back and coming back. I can just seem to like not get enough of it, so I figured we might as well discuss it all together. So just going to do verse 1 and 2 of this psalm, and it says, "The earth is the Lord's and all its fullness, the world and those who dwell therein, for he has founded it upon the seas and established it upon the water." In the Message translation says, God claims earth and everything in it. God claims world and all who live in it. He built it on ocean foundations and laid it out on rivers and gardens. On river gutters. Yeah, and I just like how these verses seem to just like remind me about how seem to remind me just how big God is. That literally everything on this earth, he created it. God created everything on this earth and everyone on this earth. We literally belong to someone, and we don't belong to ourselves. We don't belong entirely to our parents or like people around us. We literally belong to God. God, we are we are God's decision. Our existence is God's decision. The existence of creation, the existence of our loved ones, the existence of everything on earth was God's decision and continues to be God's decision. And this just blows my mind, because sometimes it's so easy to get caught up in systems of the world, in the economy, in the whole pandemic. Like, things are happening in this world, there's so much calamity, and you don't even need to look so far or like anywhere. It's literally around here, where you live, your neighbors, when you go to the market. Like, things are not okay. When you focus on that, at least for me, when I keep focusing on all these things, the injustices, the racism, the pedophilia, the child trafficking, it can be so easy to get weighed down. Like, these things can easily get to anyone, and they get to me at times. And so it's sobering to come to scripture and like just get this reminder that the earth and all there and everything that's in the earth belongs to the Lord. Literally everything and everyone belong to Jesus. Like, as in everything. Can you imagine that? Your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, all these people belong to Jesus. They belong to the Lord. I belong to the Lord. Like, this is such a relief that I belong to Jesus. He's concerned about me. He's taking care of me. He literally knows that I exist because he made it so. He willed that. He created me personally with his own hands. And that's just so for me. And so today, I'd just like us to just keep thinking about these words and keep just confessing that, you know what, Jesus, everything belongs to you. The world belongs to you. Everyone belongs to you. My friends, they belong to you. My family, they belong to you. Everything there is in creation, it all belongs to you. And it just makes me think, imagine just how mighty God is. Because sometimes I can think or look and dream about the ocean or the forests or the desert. And as I'm looking with my eyes, or even the sky at night, as I'm looking with my eyes, it's like, oh, it's so vast. It's so huge. But then all that was created by someone, by God. He created everything that is huge to me. He created everything that's like gigantic and enormous to me. He created it, and nothing in this whole creation is out of the authority or the domain of Jesus. And so this just brings so much peace and comfort to my heart. And yeah, when my heart is weighed down by everything that's happening in the world, I can always remind myself, you know what, all these things belong to God. He can see it, he sees it, he willed it to be here. It all belongs to Jesus, and I can just rest in that. I don't need to be worried about too many things. I don't need to be all in over my head about a lot of things. I can just rest in that truth that it all belongs to him. And also sometimes it's easy to get wrapped up about human-made things, like say the economy, statistics, data. It's so easy to get caught up in all these things, but even all these things, they're under the dominion and authority of God. So I can cast my fears, I can cast my burdens, I can cast my hopes for the future under his feet, because he knows even the future belongs to God. As in the past, the present, everything, time itself belongs to God. Yeah, and so I pray that you'll be encouraged by these words, that you will know even your children, if you have children, your spouses, if you have a spouse, they all belong to God. And you can pray about them, concerning them. You can invite God to be actively present in their life, because he literally owns it all. Yeah, so be encouraged, keep the faith, keep the trust, and just ask God. If you're having a hard time believing about God being the ultimate authority on earth, just ask him. Tell him that, you know what, sometimes it's hard, like I know it in my head, but in my heart it's hard to believe, and it's hard to actually rest in the fact that everything belongs to you. And yeah, I know he will give you the faith for it. He will continue revealing himself to you in nature, and that's my prayer, that God will continue to reveal himself to us through the nature he has created. That when you look at the sunsets, like I love to do, that when you look at flowers and all plants, when I look at the sky, I even meet different people, that all of this will just keep reminding me that there's a God who owns everything. He literally owns every single thing. So yeah, that's my encouragement this morning. Go out there, be living your life with the knowledge that everything on earth belongs to God. And so nothing catches him by surprise. Yeah, that's my encouragement for today. Let me know what you think about this verse, what this verse communicates to you, what it makes you feel about God, about creation, and how it helps your heart in this season. That's all for today. Have a great day, and see you next time.